All right, well, Van Life Expo 2025, all the way from Biloxi, Mississippi. I wanted to see how the Europeans are living van life. Someone told me to say the differences between van life in America and van life in Europe. I want to talk about the similarities. We're all outdoor culture here. Outdoor culture screams van life. And that's where we are right here in Grenoble, France, 2025. Getting ready to see how the Europeans do it. Let's welcome their culture as we blend our culture. Thank you. All right, well, I'm walking into the Van Life Expo here in Grenoble, France. Of course, you see van life culture everywhere around here. This is a huge expedition of van life, camper life, off-road life, outdoor enthusiasts. Right there, Grenoble, France. So I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I'm doing my best to kind of pronounce the French culture the best way. But French, I've learned, is hard for me. It's a Latin derivative language, and I can speak some Spanish, but French I'm having a hard time with, but I'm doing my best. But you can see here, we're getting ready to walk through lots of culture here in France. And like I said, I really think that there's a lot more similarities in van life here in the United States than there is not. We're gonna go check it out together. Bicycle Rider YouTube. Yes, and I know we do more than just bicycle riding. Yeah, so much van life here. I don't know where to start. There's old Winnebago. I recognize those from growing up back in the day. But we have just a plethora of van life. And of course, I'm gonna go straight for a Ford, you know, because I have a Ford van right now, but we don't have this style in the United States. This is a Ford Custom. So Ford Custom is something I see on some of the not YouTube, but Facebook forums that I'm on. And I've actually never seen a Ford Custom van yet. You know, I saw one in Portugal a while ago, some surf guys had, but I've always liked the style of this van. I think it just has kind of a little bit of beefy style to it. All right, well, you know, I like my meat and Marissa likes her fish, but I like to barbecue it. It looks like this caught my eye. It says 2 kilograms.
2 kilograms.
Yes. Looks like a little suitcase, so it'd pack in the van small.
Yeah, or in the bag.
Yeah, or in a backpack. Feel it.
And
we've got
espresso machine, so it works.
And how it works? You just put it here, and then like this.
A little bottom grate.
And now it's good.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Ready to go.
Yeah. And then you bring it back out.
Here, so you can also pre-pack it before you go.
I like it.
You can bring the coal when it's used home to clean it.
Yeah.
You travel in France?
How long will it cook for?
Depends what you are cooking.
Yeah, so
Probably if you like to light those coals, maybe about an hour or so, huh?
less than that. Because when we
Yeah,
did,
what do you need to cook for an hour anyway? I'd be burning my steak, you know? Piece of fish and a steak.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it though, it's cool.
You have a van?
Yes. But we're looking for a new one.
Oh, this is the place.
This is the place. Hey, well, thank you. All right, antelope. Now, there's something about this this van here that we really like. As far as for a two-person, we don't need seats for kids and dogs and other family members. This is going to be a solo or two-person camper van. And I do like having more of a bench seat like this. It does allow me to put, storage in here as far as for a bicycle or something. And this is pretty neat, having these movable tracks here where you can move the little table in or out, or also you can pull it up and use this here as a table as well. So This is a neat design. And of course, you know, you do have up here plenty of space for sleeping with a lot of air. This is in a Renault van, but Antelope also makes several different models that you can modify. Of course, there's a tent that goes around the back here. Here's a little, you know, kitchenette with a sink and a 1-burner stove, just like that. A little shower can plug in here. So far I really like the style of this for people that don't need to actually use this as a family vehicle. And what I'm talking about, here's the same Renault here, same truck, but they've got more of a modular, you know, modular system here, where you've got this center bench that rolls out into a bed, and of course you still have a bed up front, but this allows you to have more room for, you know, passengers. So it does, you know, have a nice little seating area where you can turn these seats back around. So 2 different styles. One is maybe a little bit more functional for using it as a passenger vehicle as well for multiple people, or something like this is probably suits my purses a little bit better, just by having something with more of a bench. Of course, this is in the Renault. You can see it right there, Renault. And there's the symbol for Renault. Now, we don't have Renault in the United States as far as I know. I don't see any Renaults. But when I'm over here in Europe, they're quite popular. So I'm not big into the hubcaps. I'd have to put some cool wheels on it, but that's just me. But this is that's Antelope van right there. Let me show you what this looks like on the inside. So on the inside here, you can see that this does allow for quite a bit of room, especially if you do have a passenger vehicle, you know, passengers that need to go in here as well. Two different style interiors out of the same van. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, we're checking out the Road Surfer van. So we just sat inside and got a nice tutorial. What's your name?
My name is Emma.
Emma, from Emma, about the different apps and the different services that Road Surfer uses, and even the different vehicles. So we're thinking about maybe taking a little trip, and we want to try to maybe buy a van, but sometimes renting's the best.
Yeah.
To see if this is big enough or something bigger or something smaller. So thank you for the information.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna look at the Road Surfer right there. And look, it's cute. Yeah, there we go. There's a Road Surfer right there. And this is part of why you come to, you know, Van Expo 2025, is so you can, you know, you have a nice website and a nice app, but it's nice to talk to people in person. So, and we're gonna come back tomorrow with some more questions.
I hope so.
All right.
I'll be here waiting for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right. Here's look at some of the van life we have here. Now I think I have more questions now than I did when I started, but that's why you come to something like this, is so you can check it out. Like, look at that picture right there. That's what we're talking about. Awesome. All right. Well, sometimes when you can't find what you want, you have to go custom. Right?
Yeah.
Custom.
Yeah.
So we're getting kind of particular about what we want now, and we're kind of finding out that we might have to just have something built, you know, for our purposes. And you guys might be able to help with that, huh?
Well, we can, of course.
You can see they do a lot of the custom woodwork here. This is the little model right there, Van Road Evision. All right, and this is just an example here of what they've done with this is a transporter, a Volkswagen transporter. So of course you've got a little, you know, privacy curtain, nice wood on the interior. Of course, a lot of little shelving, and of course a modular unit that does pull out with a lot of storage. Of course, it's cute and it's soft in here. So when you're looking for custom, and that's maybe what I'm thinking about, maybe getting some custom rather than cookie cutter, because it seems like I don't need a third seat and a pull out. This is more about what you know, I'd be interested in something. And it just shows that sometimes when you come to a van show like this and you're not exactly sure what you want, then you just got to figure out that what you want has to be custom made. You know, which is nothing wrong with that. You guys, that's what you guys do, is you customize vans for people.
Yeah, we customize. Fully customized.
Well, that's the way to go. All right. Van Show 2025, right here. Van Expo 2025. All right. We've just discovered something really cool here. Van Mania. So as we're walking around, we can't find exactly what we want. We run into this guy. What's your name?
Guillaume.
That's Guillaume. Now, bamboo. Now we got a little bit of language barrier.
Boulot, I don't know in English. Boulot.
But it's a nice, sturdy wood.
Yeah, sure.
This is all modular, and the designs are cool. Like this is a.
And you have this one for cut your, you know.
Yeah, let's look at that.
We were needing one.
Well, I need a knife. Yeah, I was saying I just needed a knife. But since we, you know, no kids, no dogs, we don't need an extra seat. You know, this is a just a little dry toilet with a bag, which is simple. Hot water.
Lots of storage
Lots of storage.
for our clothes and our shoes.
Storage. This is removable. That's the Nord kit. And this is in a Renault
Traffic.
Trafic. Let me take you outside. Of course, this table and this chair fit right inside. This fits right in here. And this is what the van looks like outside. This is cool. Van Mania right here. And that's why you come to a show like Van Expo 2025, so you can kind of dial in what you want. Now look at this show. Look at this. This place is full of vans, campers, camping equipment, and outdoor enthusiasts. There's a lot to this. Man, look at this thing. It's even got the solar shower. Well, I'm going to put down the camera and talk to this guy more about this van. All right, well that's Van Expo 2025 Day 1, Grenoble, France. It was a very interesting day. I didn't get the camera out as much as I wanted to because I was so busy talking. But tomorrow I will do a little bit more video and kind of fine tune some of the things I thought were super interesting. So we're gonna go take advantage of France now. I'm in the French Alps. I'm gonna go play and be back to explore vans tomorrow. All right, a lot of people's first van experience camping was the Volkswagen. Look at it right there. This is the Volkswagen bus. So you can see this one's been all over the world. But this is how it all started. You comfortable back there, man? What? You comfortable back there?
Yeah.
It looks comfortable. Many of us got our first camping experiences in something just like this. Propane refrigerator if we're lucky. Little stove. We didn't have good solar panels back then. Yeah. This is like van life the way it all started right here. Makes people happy.
The first one.
The first one. That's awesome. That is awesome, my friend. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you see, it's cool to sticker these things up. And look, the sizes were, like, you did a lot in a small size back then.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cheap too. Nowadays, I mean, you got roof tents and e-bikes. I mean, the world has changed, but a lot of people still want to be out there enjoying life outdoors in their van or their car and their tent. This is good stuff here. This is part of the outside expo. Look at this map. This guy's got a Volkswagen. He's got a snorkel kit on it. And by the looks of this map, he uses his van just like I do. I use my van in town half the time. 7 miles from my house and I'm camping. Oh, Iceland adventures. That's why he needs the 4-wheel drive. Well, I said that was it from Van Expo today. And I keep taking more video, but I gotta check this out. I want to show the bike locker in this. So I'm not ready for full size, especially in Europe, but you can see that you can have a bike locker, a bed, room for storage, and more. But you do have to have a bigger size van for something like this. And this is a Ducato Maxi. I'm just not ready for that. But look, he's got an air compressor blowing up his board out here. It's nice to have all these options.
Look at all that stuff up there.
He's got stuff up there. Adventure life. Bicycle life. So I like to see a mountain bike and a road bike together. It's nice to have a fan. I don't even have an exhaust fan in my van. I gotta crack the window. But it's nice to have all these options. Yeah, I gotta have an axe. Of course you gotta have nice wheels, but there it is right there, guys. That's life on the road. And that's how we're gonna close out Van Life Expo day 1 here in Grenoble, France. Outside in some beautiful weather, and that's what this is all about, getting outside in some beautiful weather. And taking what you need to have a good time. All right, Van Life Expo day 2, and we're pretty late getting here because we took a hike this morning and found a fresh market and made a salad and ate some chicken. But I can't read French real good, but what does that say?
It says, welcome to all lovers of travel and liberty.
Yeah, welcome to all the lovers of all travel and liberty. And that's part of what I'm talking about with this Van Life series, comparing Van Life USA to Van Life Europe. Like, there's more similarities than differences. Of course, the similarities to me are some of the different vehicles, the Peugeots and the Citroens and the Renault. You know, we're actually looking at a Renault, so I don't know. Since we're a little bit late, I'm going to be a little bit selfish today and look for a van that suits my purpose as a cyclist and probably a 2-person carrier. You know, there's a lot of these vans that convert to, you know, family van, multi-purpose van to camper van. I pretty much just need a mobile locker room. So I'm going to, I've picked out a couple things to check out today, and we're going to be a little bit specific since we're late on time. But the point of this is van life is about a lovers of outdoor lifestyle, and that's what we're here to see. You want to go on the roller coaster? All right, yeah, I've done my 4-wheeling for a lifetime. I'm ready to have a 2-wheel drive van so I don't get myself in trouble like I used to. 4-wheel drive just makes me want to go to more remote places, and that's what my bicycle's for. So walking into the Van Expo right here, once again you saw a lot yesterday, and we're going to see some more today. All right, well, of course there's a lot of upgrades I want for the van, but of course a woman wants a nice mattress. So the first thing we're doing is looking at mattresses. And what's your name?
Corinne.
Corinne. So she's helping us with the size of the mattress.
Yes.
It was nice enough to walk over to the van that we're looking at to you know, see what we're at. So And
Thank you for showing me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is my little YouTube channel. We're trying to show the differences between maybe American van life and European van life, but really there's more similarities, and we all want to be comfortable.
I think our vans are maybe smaller.
Smaller,
because
yeah.
we have smaller roads.
Yeah, different makes and models, but everybody just wants to get outside and be comfortable, and there's nothing like having a good night's sleep. So your
That's true.
mattresses are high quality,
Yes,
and
it is.
you can make color. Marissa likes the yellow.
Yes, yeah, you can choose the fabric.
Okay.
Different fabrics and different
Material,
Yes,
yeah.
materials.
Well, that's why you come to a van expo, so you can feel and touch these things in person. So thank you for showing us.
That's the thing. You're welcome.
Okay, well, there's a lot of vans here, a lot of campers, all different styles. But when it comes down to it, I really like what Van Mania is doing. And there's a lot of reasons why, including a very simple style that just seems to work seamless. There's a lot of utilitarian aspects to this van that fits my lifestyle as far as being able to sneak a bicycle in here if I wanted to. I also like the side. This is called the Nort, so I'll show you here. This is the Nort design, which means north, and that means the seating is here on the north side of the van. That's that right there, Nort. So, as you can see, this is in the Renault. I have plenty of headroom here, although I want the pop-up, which really adds a lot of standability and utilitarian. But it's just a very modular design, and all these come up. See the two screws? They all pop in and out, so it's a very modular design where if you wanted to make this a cargo van or make a little bit more room for some bicycles or a motorcycle, you can easily take out one side within minutes and then put it back in again. This is the one. All right, well, walking around Van Expo, of course I've been concentrating on vans, but there's some eye candy here. Look at this thing. That's the man. I looked at it yesterday. It's so tall you can't even get up in it.
Ah bah non.
Wow. I guess that's for traveling the world. It's pretty cool. Some big tires. Definitely heavy duty. And of course you can put your motorcycle right on the back. Globe camper. ABR. There's some badass trucks here. Look at that thing. That's all the eye candy from the show there. All the Mercedes is looking good. This makes for a nice day camper. Tent style on top. And things are starting to wrap up here in a little bit, but you can see that there definitely is a lot of camper action. High lift jack, I don't need one of those anymore. There's a Volkswagen all jacked up, ready to roll. Everybody's starting to pack up. Anyway, I've got to go ask a few questions over here to a top manufacturer, Remo. There's the Remo right here. Remo. Ah.